Since the end of 2005, the World Bank has administered a $548 million multi-donor trust fund for South Sudan. When we started, the road infrastructure in the country was virtually non-existent due to the long civil war. There was not even a single paved road outside of Juba. Since then, we have rehabilitated almost 3,700 kilometers of all-weather roads. And a newly approved bank program will upgrade a further 150 kilometers of selected feeder roads, which will open up areas with high agricultural potential, which is much needed to ensure food security for the population. And looking forward, we anticipate the World Bank will support infrastructure connectivity for a very long time to come.
I know the population of South Sudan will ask a lot, and first of all, they'll ask to be connected, and therefore the role of road is important. 85% of the people of South Sudan work in the agriculture sector. So when we exclude the oil business, this is a country which will have to rely heavily on agriculture. In order to have a good, efficient agriculture sector, you need to connect people, you need to connect markets, and therefore the road is as important between connecting the people as well as connecting the agriculture sector to the market where the goods could be sold and it could be even exported in the future. So we believe that the World Bank should play an important role in building the road network of this country, as we have seen it in other countries.
We looked at least opening up around 12,000 kilometers of roads, but we have been having a lot of difficulties, more especially financially. The limited resources that we have is not all that sufficient to make sure that we open up all the roads that we have in the country, more especially maintaining the ones that we have at the moment. Because a very good example is a road like Juba-Nadapal. This Juba-Nadapal was opened way back in 2004, 2005, and since then we have spent over $47 million just maintaining this road, and it's one of the biggest challenges. I mean, when you look at the kind of the roads that we have and we look at the maintenance cost that is involved in that, it makes it, it makes one to think twice.
I think the partners will look at different aspects of infrastructure development. I know that USAID has been financing part of the road that we have came on. I know that other donors are working on the social infrastructure. I know yesterday that JICA told us that they're working also on some of the infrastructure. So the World Bank, as part of the Africa strategy, work on partnership with the donors. We bring our knowledge. I think it's very important to establish clear procurement rules for the new country that they will have to follow. So we have to put in place the foundation for a sound infrastructure, sound procurement, sound and transparent processes to ensure that there is competition in the market and for the market. And I think South Sudan could be an example of which we can do things right.
We want the assistance of the World Bank to help us in building major international corridors, because that is the only way for us to improve on the economy of this country. Because the economy of this country depends on the region. Here we don't have industries. Basically everything comes from within the region, and for us to make sure that the economy of this country prospers, and then it means we have to make sure that World Bank assists us in connecting this country to the region.
We've done a lot of good work, like opening up access, roads such as this, places that have never had access before. And on all of the human development sectors as well, education, water, basic services. Now, as we're looking forward to the bank becoming, for South Sudan becoming a new member of the bank, it's a very exciting moment for us to have a new country as a partner, and so we're building on that legacy. And we're focusing on a number of areas, the transport sector being one. And we realize that this is a very, very, very important area for the country, for security, for growth, for jobs, for agriculture, for connectivity. So it's not just roads, it's about really opening up the South to the world and also citizens to citizens. But roads are expensive here. The contracting environment is very nascent, very young, and we, the World Bank, are only one of the partners needed to invest in this sector. So we're working together with the international community to try to pool our funds, pool our ideas, pool our energy, support the government in its planning on infrastructure development and the priority setting. And so we're looking to bring in non-traditional funders as well as traditional funders so that we can have a critical mass of infrastructure support that the country needs to get started.
As you know, the World Bank plays an important role in economic development and the fight against poverty. And I think we have been over 60 years in existence. We have been working in over 180 countries. And I think in this country, the World Bank is a partner for the long term. We think about activities that we should do now, but I think it's very important to establish the relation, the partnership that will have to sustain as long as we need them, they need us. I do hope that at a certain time South Sudan will graduate from the World Bank, like many other countries have done it. Meanwhile, the staff of the World Bank and management of the World Bank will do their best to serve the clients, because at the end of the day, we have to keep in mind that the shareholders are the people of South Sudan and other countries.